What's up, Eddie Kingston? Yo, at the King of the Bash. Bash it up, all that good stuff, man. What's good, man? Be safe, peace.
First match, we're gonna have Eska and Greg.
What do we have going on here?
You should probably say what game it is, too.
It might help. Ladies and gentlemen.
I thought by saying dive kick competition, I made it clear we're gonna be playing dive kick.
Xbox.
The next competition here is a game called Dive Kick, in which the main point of the game is to jump in the air, dive, and kick the other person. It is one hit falls. So there's no, it's not a myriad number of punches like the last bout.
No take-backsies.
There's no forgiveness in dive kick. We are going best 3 out of 5, or rather best 2 out of 5 with each round going to 5 kills, or best 2 out of 3 with each round going to 5.
We're actually going to simplify it just to 1 round.
Just to 1 round.
Yeah.
Are we running short?
We are running very short.
Cool.
We kind
Man,
of.
I was worried.
1 round.
We're at we're already at 9 o'clock.
One round wins it all.
Rad, dude. All right. So 1 round apparently of up to 5 points for all the marbles.
I am Greg.
What's your-
I am Greg.
All right, we have a lot of
We're down
very
to
eccentric
buttons to choose
characters here in Dive Kick. I myself am a big fan of what is it, Dr. Sensei?
Oh.
We have 2 characters, both named Dr. Scholes. I'm assuming after the manufacturer of foot accoutrements for comfort in your footwear there.
So, who's Gold Shoals, who's Silver Shoals?
I'm Gold Shows.
Greg. Gold Shoals.
We got Greg on the left, Eska on the right, and yes, the goal is merely to jump.
Dive and kick.
It's one hit falls, and
Gamer me,
So
thanks for
the stakes are high.
prize.
All right, Eska has been kicked clean in the face. That's a point. That's a point to Greg.
Oh, another point to Greg.
Right in the calf. Or thigh. I'm not.
Eska, you're gonna have to step it up here. 3 more points, and Greg has you.
Oh!
Eska diving straight into that kick. I don't think that's the dive in Dive Kick's title. I don't think that's quite what they meant.
Somebody get a broom. Because we might have a sweep.
Does Eska
Oh!
know how to kick?
So, should I have mentioned that I'm a tournament winner in this?
Yeah.
Apparently, Greg Reynolds
Fixing the
is a
rules
bit of a
on-
ringer in this game.
Got a fraud detection warning.
And
It's,
alright, that is unfortunately
it.
a shutout for Greg Reynolds.
Fraud detected.
It's okay, Eska, there will be
That's
more
fine.
matches here for you. Apparently you've made a comeback once, I believe you got it in you to do it again.
Alright.
So our next matchup will consist of Mike Dent and Christos. Let's get you gentlemen out here, pick some characters, and dive some kicks.
I would like to time out.
I think this is going to be a bit of a grudge match, given how the end of the last match went. I believe there may be some sour feelings after the combat that was JoJo's All-Star Battle. So pick wisely, gentlemen.
Oh, Markman's in this game. I did not realize
Uncle Sensei. He's my favorite.
Sure.
He's got shoes on both his hands and his feet. An excellent tactic when the goal of the game is to kick
Does that
the
allow
other
him
opponent to death.
to kick with his hands?
That is in fact true.
Amazing. He must have turned the whole dive kick world on its head.
Oh, I don't want that at all. That's not good.
The gamer Emmy wonders
Well,
if we stream often or if it's just
Looks
for
like
charity.
I'm probably losing.
I will take a moment to address that. This is a once-a-year event, the Button Mash Bash, our 36-hour marathon. However, individually,
You're gonna.
most of us have channels
Figure
on
it
which
out.
we do our own streams, which
I
have just
accidentally
been
did a bit
posted
then.
on the
Okay.
chat. Microphone real quick. Here you go, buddy.
Hey, my name is Michael Brave, and I fell asleep on the floor. There you go.
All right, we have our first unconscious man of the day here. Wow, really? 4 points already?
Done. Fraud detected.
Well, apparently I have given Christos a bum steer in the form of Uncle Sensei, and it has been another shutout to Mike Dent.
I hit too many buttons.
I blinked.
I blinked and it was over. I'm deeply sorry,
You
Christos.
hit way too many buttons, I think.
All right.
Stay there.
Christos,
okay.
you stay on the
Oh,
couch.
alright.
Eska.
Christos, you're vying for third here. With Eska. Going for those lower end points, but they still add up in your qualification towards the championship.
That is real rough.
Thank you, Mr. Gamer ME. That is very kind of you to say.
Character select? Yeah, alright.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen, you know the rules by now. You dive, and then you kick. And hopefully, you kick the other person before they kick you. Let's see what you got. Sticking with the traditional blue sweatsuit that apparently is his usual attire.
Who's that vampire?
Made of the finest crushed velour.
I wonder if there are detailed backstories on these characters, as they all appear to be hilarious.
Kenny appears to have died in the Dragon
What
Ball
in the name of
universe.
God is Kenny's kick?
Kenny is actually based off of someone who died.
Apparently, Kenny is based off of someone who died,
Hey, we
so they
did
gave
it.
him angel wings
We
and a
did
goofy kick.
Kenny using Dalsim's kick from Street Fighter 2.
Oh wow,
Monty Python
gentlemen,
wins
you
that
can't run out
round.
of time here. You got to go on the attack and dive kick.
Or else Monty Python's gonna win.
How does that work?
I
It's the worst.
Did I mention that whoever is closest to the center when time runs out wins a round?
Oh,
Was
you
that-
did not. So apparently, whoever is closest to the center of the map, when the timer runs out, does win the point for the round.
Making a very interesting zoning situation for the game. Ooh.
Kenny really going for it, kicking from the afterlife here.
We're not going to a good place for some of those jokes. Kenny surrounded by a red aura for a moment there.
I think we have another Jotaro here, because Dive apparently cannot get his hands out of his pockets to fight here. Although I suppose that's not necessarily bad in an entirely kick-based battle.
It does limit your mobility. Who is
Christos
controlling
is Dive, and Eska is actually Kenny.
Eska?
So it looks as though this game really goes either one way or the other. We have never not had a shutout.
Oh,
Foot in
dive!
my mouth, or
Right.
perhaps a kick in my mouth, as Christos proves me wrong.
That's what happens when you assume, Mike Calican.
Yeah.
And there it is. All right, thank you,
What is
gentlemen.
going on?
That'd be Eska winning.
I'm hanging.
All right, Christos gets 1 point for fourth. Eska getting those third place points, shining bright. Dear God. What? Anyway. Okay, and now we have for the championship for those first place points. We have
Greg, the American Dream, versus Mike Dent.
Okay. This is going to be
all right,
interesting.
Mike Dent shaking off the wooziness, coming off a hard win on Christos again in JoJo against Greg the Ringer Reynolds, who apparently is a tournament winner, tournament competitive level player in this game. What's up? What's up?
I'll make you wish you were fighting Ed Urino.
No. This is what's
Unfortunately, with villain votes, the issue there becomes we don't really have all the games in the world. But those games have been prepped, and it's a good, yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, due to technical restrictions, in the interest of keeping things smooth, we do have a number of tested games that we have on hand that we can use to vote for. But we did try and do our best to pick some entertaining ones for you, the viewer.
So sorry to all of you who want the, 1990 Nintendo World Championships gold cartridges to be played, but
Unfortunately, just not in the cards.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen, this is for the big money.
Johnny Gat making his way here all the way from Saints Row to get kicked in the face.
Good God, Greg, you really are moving across the map with that lady.
I believe she's
Does
got
anyone
some
else
form
have
of
like
jet
a
boots.
Yeah, does
How do I
anyone else
kick
have
with
like a
him?
double jump like she has? She's getting really
Am I
high
not?
up there.
How do I kick with him? Is it like...
Oh, you forgot. Hold on.
Yeah, like...
Go. You'll want to go to controls.
Yeah, okay.
I want to make sure we know the controls here to keep this fight
Alright.
fair.
Just want to be sure.
A and B. Apparently
Alright.
there are 2 whole buttons to this game, and Mike Dent forgot both of them.
Yay!
What the heck was...
I was closer to the line.
That line in the middle of the thing. Very
The
important.
demarcated area there being the middle of the zone. If time runs out, he who is closer gets the point.
What the... Oh.
It may just be Greg's skill in the game, but I can't help but feel as though a lady with jet boots is a little OP in this situation.
Thank you, Iron Galaxy, for being a sponsor. Yay! Ah!
What the... Oh, God.
Greg Reynolds really just reveling in his...
I'm feeling good! I'm feeling good! Give away a dive kick code! Right now! Give away a code!
Greg Reynolds
I am making it rain!
riding high on his victories here, has apparently instructed us to give away a code for the game you are now witnessing. So hopefully you know the drill by now. If you don't, we are going to release all but the last letter or digit of a Steam code to get your own copy of this game. First come, first served.
Oh.
And we
Mike
will tell
Dent
you as soon as we
prevented the
post
sweep.
it.
Mike Dent prevented the sweep.
We will tell you as soon as we post it what that letter or digit is. And there is the win.
I feel good about that one.
To
I feel-
Greg
I think about that one.
Reynolds. Mark this down. And now for a real treat, we switch systems to go to our next game. We will be playing Splatoon.
Alright, folks, the code is in there. The letter you are looking for is Z.
Alright, the last letter to that Steam code for Dive Kick is Z as in zebra. That is Z as in zebra. And please give us a shout out and let us know when you got your code.
Boy, I love a company like that that loves that gives back. Now I understand in our upcoming game you're some sort of squid people.
Or maybe kid people. You know, I'm not exactly sure where one draws the line between squid and kid, but I do know that it's just a real fun game.
Well, I think kids are people.
Oh, okay, we're done.
No, you're not here. Cut off.
Oh, okay. I'm out of here!
Yeah, there's that right there.
Alright.
Wait, are we off?
No, we're good. Apparently I was just cutting my head out of the shot. Well, yeah, Splatoon, a hell of a game. Thank you, Japan.
Apparently I've been ordered to move closer to Mike Keller, and
Oh yeah, there you go.
Normally I don't have to
for
order
him.
people to get closer to me, but I will welcome it.
but he's just so dreamy.
Thank you. So as we get Splatoon ready here, I, maybe would like to bring some of our contestants out and see if they, themselves identify before the matchup here as more squid or more kid. So first up, let's get him out here just so we're ready to go. Our first matchup is going to be,
Mike.
we have Mike Dent.
Okay.
That's right, bring it out, sir. Now, Mike Dent, I am wondering if you know here about a little bit of lore of Splatoon, but going into this, do you feel as though you're going to be playing a little bit more as a squid or a little bit more as a kid?
Sir, I have no idea.
Excellent. Well, I guess it will be a journey of self-discovery here
You
today
and
for
me
Mike
both,
Dent.
buddy. You
How
and
about
me
you,
both.
Greg?
Oh, am I actually up here?
Yeah.
You are next. Do you identify
Oh.
more as squid or more as kid?
Definitely a squid.
Okay, so we have Greg the Squid Reynolds versus
Mike
Mike
does
Dent,
be a little
not
bit.
accept your kid squid binary.
or has yet to find himself within that binary. We will find out.
It's gonna take a little second.
Yeah.
Oh, look at these ladies.
Now-
I love Splatoon. They give you
This
this
is
little news
adorable.
update at the beginning of everything, and they are adorable.
It's canon.
Oh, we're on camera only?
Yeah.
You can switch the game, why not?
So,
Uh,
Splatoon people.
I love
are
Callie and Marie. Everyone loves Callie and Marie. Come on.
These little
I enjoy that.
Guys,
Those adorable ladies.
Stay fresh.
Exactly. They stay fresh. They do the thing, the hand. It's lovely.
now, I'm not familiar. I'm not
this one or this one?
I'll do
indoctrinated
that.
into the whole Splatoon.
All right. Now,
Okay.
typically in Splatoon, you are a squid-type person with some sort of gun that you choose. Different guns have different specifications. Shoot differently, essentially. What you do is you run around the area, squirting your ink over as much of everything as you can. Now, the person at the end of the round who has more of the battlefield in their color, more surface area, wins. But it does get tricky because as you approach other players, you can hit them in a PvP shooting style and eliminate them, and they have to wait to respawn. And so in that time, you can get the jump on them and cover more surface area. And I can only imagine in a one-on-one game, because normally it's a 4-on-4 thing. In a one-on-one game, I think those kills are going to matter.
Okay. Oh, sure.
That's why I'm giving you that.
Oh, okay. I was like, I was being guided elsewhere.
All right.
for a minute.
Apparently,
I'm like,
Fat Boy Tim 5 is telling me that kids don't count as people in the chat. I do not know how to respond to those allegations, but you, sir, are welcome and entitled to your opinions.
Please donate to Children's Hospital Wisconsin at buttonmashbash.org.
Whether or
why
not
are
you
you
think
not
they're
getting
people,
there?
some of them are sick and they could use your help.
Really?
It's not the same one.
No, I don't think so. It's not the same one. No, this is not. This is for the hat, I think.
No, what's this one? Oh, it's like a fat one.
Now,
Yeah.
Greg,
Yes.
have you played the Battle Dojo mode before? Because I have not.
I played a couple of times. Basically, what we're going to be doing
Is it like I described, where it's surface area, like in 4v4, or is it in fact an entirely different scoring system, entirely?
Basically, what we're going to be doing here is not actually fighting each other, but trying to get balloons popped
With your ink guns.
with your ink guns. Yeah.
Okay. So I know that some guns have a shorter range and a wider stream,
I'll have to probably
and some
stand
are
closer.
more of a kind of a pinpoint accuracy. Do you have a strategy going into this?
The less fights I get into, the better.
So you can fight to pop the balloons. They are neutral territory. Anyone can shoot a balloon. Is that how it's going?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
So normally, like, I hate to say my tips here, but the splat roller, which I normally choose, is not very effective in this.
In this, it does seem the large roller, for any contestants out there, I would say the large roller is going to be a bad choice here. But anything else probably should be fair game. I'm partial to the kind of a silvery looking one there. I can't remember exactly what it's called right there.
Sons,
All right.
Blackberry Ski.
Yeah, I've never touched this before, so this will be interesting.
It only looks like one person.
It
That's
does.
because Greg is playing with a little
Oh,
thing on his
okay.
hand.
So are we only going to see Mike Dent, and we'll kind of see the view from his eyes?
Pretty much.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's see how they do here. I've never myself seen a game in this game mode, although I am a big fan of Splatoon. So yeah, hold down to shoot that. And then, Mike Dent, are you aware of how to refill your ink tank
No, I
should
am
it
not.
run low? Anywhere you have squirted your ink on the ground, you can dive into in squid mode, and it will slowly refill your ink.
Okay, how do I do that?
I don't know what the button is, but go over something. Yeah,
Oh, got
just
it.
like that. Yeah.
Okay.
You can jump, to get onto things, and if you squirt the wall in a vertical way, you can actually swim up most walls.
Okay.
So that's something to think of as well.
There
So
we
it
go.
seems like in a game of Splatoon, you really have to be aware of your environment.
It's
Use
very
it to
true.
your advantage.
And you actually have to alter your environment, all the time, and be very, very conscious of it. Yeah, I mean, it's much like the classic game Othello.
Oh, jeez.
Takes a very short time to learn, but a long time to master. Also, yeah, being on their ink will hurt you over time.
Okay.
And, yeah, Mike Dent, you need to find some balloons because Greg is just steamrolling you here.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
You can shoot Greg. He's right there.
Ow, ow, ow.
You are in his sights. You can actually, if you hide, you can go into squid mode and hide away from him, and he cannot shoot you when you're on the ground, I don't believe.
No, I can.
Can you?
harder-
Or does it
harder-
do, like, reduced damage? I haven't played a ton of Splatoon.
It doesn't, but it's harder to aim at you.
Exactly. You're harder to hit when you're on the ground, but you can only swim on your own color. It will hurt you to go into enemies.
This is tragic.
You do have 3 minutes to bring it back here, Mike Dent.
Alright.
Although at this point, Greg Reynolds does appear to have a what can only be called a commanding lead.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Commanding.
Jeez.
There appeared to be what appeared to be a can of tuna on the field, and I don't know if that's some sort of infraction or a normal part of the game, but all I can say is I'm entertained.
I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks, Micah.
Thank you, Micah.
Have we really been doing this for 2.5 hours?
We have indeed. Longest 2.5 hours of my life.
Good
No,
God.
I'm-
You know what? To make this a little bit faster, how about we make it so that the points...
After 3 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut it.
Okay.
Well,
Or do you want to do? Because we're
we
just doing
base
one
third
round of
base,
Splatoon.
we do third place based off of how many points.
That makes a lot of sense actually. So we don't need to do the qualifier round.
Yep.
Okay.
No need to do.
Well,
So Mike Dent, don't necessarily fret over your score here. Keep getting points, and if you end up with more than the loser of the next round,
Okay.
then you will still have essentially bested him in that qualifying match.
I'll take it.
I would say to any of the other contestants not familiar with this game, I would observe this right now to improve your chances in the coming round.
Mike Dent. Oh.
As apparently Greg Reynolds really knows what he's doing here. Although, it looks like Mike Dent's really kind of coming into his own here. He brought it
getting the
back
swing of it.
from a 15-point lead to only a 12-point lead, and scored a lot of points in a very little amount of time. Doesn't appear as though these balloons pop up very, very often here, but...
That's game.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is number wang. Well, let's see. Let's remember, actually, let's write down the scores here. At least write down Mike's score, because that way we'll know.
Okay, yeah.
Because we know that Greg's moving on.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, we don't need to worry about Greg
Alright.
with 12.
Alright, that's it. Moving on.
Let's write that legibly. Give me that.
Alright.
I love you.
Where's
Alright, we need Christos and Eska to do some fierce balloon combat here in Splatoon's Battle Dojo.
Who is the,
Eska, bring it on out.
There you go. Who wants the screen and who wants the TV?
Alright, come
I
on,
want the
Christos.
TV.
Are you guys familiar with Splatoon?
No.
Alright, and I do
Yeah.
have to ask you, prior to this match, Christos, do you feel you identify as more squid or more kid going into the match today?
Kid.
Okay. Says the man dressed like a dinosaur, Eska.
Squid.
Okay, so we do have a classic kid versus squid matchup. Now, let's bring this on in. You are using the one that is plugged in there with the gray cable, I believe. Greg?
Yeah, the one that's plugged in.
There we go. And all you're doing here... That's fair. Man. Alright. So, let's just bring the game in. I suppose you could just hit rematch here. And the goal of the game here is to knock out the largest number of balloons in 5 minutes.
Pardon my
So, you shoot your gun, you splat the ink, and to refill your gun, you actually go into squid mode on any part of the map that is your own ink. And that is how you refill your tanks here. And if you'd like, there you go. You go into that mode to climb up things once you have spread, your ink on them. Those balloons off to your right, Christos, those are going to be what you want to hit 4 points here.
Alright.
So as many of those as you can, and remember, player versus player combat is allowed, and I dare say encouraged. Because it does take them a little bit of time to respawn, and that's going to be an edge for you.
And they lose points.
And they lose points, apparently, when they get killed. So if you see the other person, splat the living hell out of them. Just go
We're
nuts.
saving that one for Bud Mash Bash After Dark. They've got ink just everywhere.
Yes, Micah, it's Josh.
Now keep in mind.
All right, I'm not keeping a huge track of what Eska's doing. But
I have no clue.
you have to find balloons and then
Off
shoot
the
them.
balloon.
They'll just be around. And does he know how to go into squid mode? There you
yes,
go.
there
That's how you
he is.
refill your tank there. So run around, try and find balloons to shoot. And it does look like the loser here today, so the person with less points at the end of 5 minutes, needs to get a score of more than 12 to have essentially bested Mike Dent for 3rd place.
Woo!
So at this point, it's looking like Eska, you got 3 minutes to get some more points here.
Splat them balloons.
Christo seems to have a bead on those balloons. He is going after them like they owe him money.
Yeah.
So is the question in the chat between what the difference between ink and, say, paint, pigment, or color is.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm on. I
Hey,
just
dude.
don't see any balloons.
Yeah, just keep looking. I think they're like, do you see that little blinking thing on your right? Now it's behind you. Little orange thing, a little orange circle, like a little arrow.
Oh,
Yeah, I
see
think that's
that
where the balloons
now.
are, dude.
Okay.
I think that's
It's
kind of
okay.
That's the method by which they come.
It's pretty much. Oh, look, balloons.
There you go. See, and I'm telling you, just get more than Dent, you still you get those 3rd place points. Although at 2 minutes, you're going to put in some serious work. And you can fight each other. And you will gain or lose points. At this point, Eska, you've got nothing to lose, so I'd say go for it. But no, Christos has splatted him to effective oblivion.
Oh, Christos in a bad place.
Thank you, Morning Songs, for that efficient, succinct difference between paint and ink. I believe this game is supposed to be ink, although I cannot speak for certain. It is ink. Squid ink specifically.
And that's game.
All right.
Birdie for Christos.
Bit of a shutout.
Yeah.
You still get 1 point for 4th here, Eska.
All right.
So now, Christos, stay on the field. And Greg, it's time for your callback. It's time to see if your confidence here can best Christos. Which you just hit. Yeah, it's there. Christos, that was a commanding performance for someone who I don't believe has much Splatoon experience. How are you feeling right now?
I'm still right about Greg. He's one hell of an athlete.
He sure is, but I do think actually that you did score higher than him in his initial round. Although I will say, I think his
30. We both hit 30.
Did you both have
Yeah,
30?
we
Well,
both
look
hit
at
30.
Greg.
Dead heat.
Greg is coming in here confident.
All right.
Oh, we're already going.
Already
They're going.
All right, I like
10
that.
seconds lost and no love gained between these two fierce contestants here tonight.
I love Christos. What are you talking about? Christos is great.
Real trash talk coming from Greg Reynolds. I'm really going to need you to clean up that potty mouth, Greg.
Christos is a stand-up guy.
Whoa, Greg!
Hey.
One more episode, one more outburst like that, and I will have to disqualify you.
Hi, how you doing? My name's Greg. Nice to see you.
That's
Seeing this big shot. over
borderline, but I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. I will say, having played a little bit of this game, the PvP mechanics and aiming at a specific character, it does get rough. It is not as easy as it would appear to be. This game is quite sophisticated, despite its bright and childish look.
Well,
They don't
Guess
appear to be
that's
worried
good.
about the balloons, more so as they're worried about each other here. But Greg still is going after those objective points and is now a 7-1 lead over Christos.
Christos got a bit of catching up to do.
Hey, Dogspock's back. What's up, Dogspock?
I've been calling that guy the wrong name all night. Sorry, Dogspock. Apparently I've got a puppet.
Frank still leading, but Christos with the death from above attack. I have nothing but admiration for that daring tactic, the likes of which have yet to be seen in a Splatoon match here. And he has evened it up here. It is anyone's game with 3 minutes left. I gotta say, that was just some A+ maneuvering right there. That is what this game was made for.
Real taking advantage of the situation.
I find myself now actually rooting for Christos, despite the fact that I'm supposed to be impartial, because I am just genuinely impressed by that death from above technique he has just administered against Greg.
It showed skill, tenacity, and intestinal fortitude.
Intestinal fortitude. You took the words out of my mouth this time, Jim. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're playing a game of cat and mouse, and I will say, with a 5-point deduction for every kill, this is becoming a very important matchup here. I dare say a kill at this point might determine a victory.
Still a dead heat.
Oh! Greg Reynolds.
Christos now has some catching up to do.
Christos does have some catching up to do, but with 1 minute and 40 seconds left, I think he has enough time on the clock to really make a difference. But he's going to have to find those balloons. He's going to have to find Greg Reynolds.
You know who's making a difference, though? All the wonderful people donating to the Button Mash Bash.
What an excellent segue, Jim, and I would like to say thank you to all of our donors, and especially thank you to Vanguard, purveyor of fine sausages and alcoholic beverages, located on Lennox and Kinnikinnick. They are sponsoring the King of Bash tournament here tonight, and again, the winner of tonight's tournament will receive will have a large donation made in their name by Vanguard.
Yay, Vanguard! I like their sausage.
They have excellent
Classy
sausages.
people, classy sausages.
I heartily recommend the Jamaican currywurst myself.
Oh, Greg Reynolds with his own death from above maneuver.
All right, Greg Reynolds had a great vantage point. Christos, you got a great vantage point, and that was rough. It does look like Greg is taking a decisive lead.
Got to 30.
Christos,
30 seconds
there
is the cut. Okay, I thought it was just a time thing.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was an exciting match. And unfortunately,
guy.
though we're pressed for time, we don't get to see more. I will say,
No, we've got another match.
Will we do it one more?
Yeah, we're jumping to the finals. So let's
Oh, okay. We do have one more match at Splatoon, which I personally am thankful for, as we get to see more Squid on Kid action. Or is it Kid on Squid action?
I think I've seen that in an anime.
Well, let's not go
Moving
there.
on.
Twitch is a PG station.